Pharmaceutical companies have been doing this forever. They've never been honest about stuff. They've always hid information. As time goes on and more information comes out about how deceptive they were, about their studies, and how many actual risks there are involved in the vaccines, and how much damage it did to small businesses, and all that when that starts coming out more and more, there's so many people that had this like dug their heels in stance on what is right and what is wrong, and now they're being forced to reevaluate. And it's also they're confronted with the overwhelming evidence that pharmaceutical companies have been doing this forever. They've never been honest about stuff. They've always hid information. Not only have they hid information, they've actually, the way they run their studies is so fascinating, because when you hear like peer-reviewed studies, the scientists that value peer-reviewed studies from pharmaceutical companies don't get the data. They get the review of the data by the pharmaceutical companies, and then they study that.
So do you trust anybody then? Like, even here, we're pulling up articles, and who knows who wrote these articles?
But that's why freedom of information is so important, and freedom of expression is so important, because you've got to be able to find out what's true and what's not, and the only way is you get differing opinions, different perspectives. Someone could write a very biased perspective on you, and they're doing it on purpose. It's a hit piece. They're trying to make you look bad. But then someone can write a glowing review that might ignore some of your flaws and some of the things you have done, and that's not real either. It's like you need to sort it out over time, and the only way that gets done is through freedom of information, freedom of expression. And if we don't have that, we're fucked. Because then whoever's in control of the media, who's ever in control of social media, or whatever the narrative is, they're the ones who get to dictate what's real and what's not real, and you can convince a lot of fucking people that things aren't true.